Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Nobunaga's Ambition, Sphere of Influence. I am the mysterious JG. We are in the middle of another knockdown dragout from Matsukura Castle, trying to keep the Maida alive, even as, well, their main castle is Nanao Castle, which has a lot of hit points. So, in theory, the Tokugawa shouldn't be able to take it without a concerted effort. But they've been nibbling away and taking away all the Maida territory so far, and with no signs of stopping. In the meantime, the Tokugawa did stop us in the south, but only when I did some redistricting, so some of the units down there weren't responding to my commands, because quite frankly, I'm not sure that I would have pushed for some of the castles that we failed to take anyway. But once I got a few more officers in place, it's going to be time for... I'm blanking on the name. The whole Kanto region here. This valley that contains Edo. Basically, they're all going to get up and just start marching west and try to steamroll through the Tokugawa again. We'll see how that goes. We got some places where it might not be worth marching out of. Although he's a Hattori. I'm really curious about who he is, actually. A mercenary who took part in the assault on Ogakagi Castle. He later became chief retainer, was highly recognized. So despite the fact that his name is Hattori, it doesn't look like he's related to the ninja clan. Although he's a mercenary. Mercenary man, mercenary man. Anyway, we got this fight going on here that we've kind of won, but if these guys keep coming, I guess we'll just stay here and hold them off, because I don't think we have the numerical advantage to push on towards Garo Castle. Though Nobuyuki Sanada's unit will make a pretty big difference, and it's nice for Yoshishige Sataki to get a chance to get a little revenge. But mostly I think these guys are just going to be trying to make sure that Masanari Naruse, with his 12,000 troop unit, isn't able to overtake the city. But again, defeating a unit of that size in battle in the field is going to be a really good thing for us, because it'll soften up these cities that we're trying to attack later. Because we have been scouting these cities, and some of their troop counts are pretty low. Again, this is where it's like, well, I kind of wanted to wait around and let troops replenish, but maybe we just need to, just get the F on with it and push through. Particularly if my main push goes through the mountain passes, and, we concentrate on Neiki Castle. This is these cities up here that have been trying to take, and succeeding in taking castles from the Maida, are the ones that don't have a lot of troops. So we could really come in and potentially smash a bunch of these castles, and maybe have some resistance from these guys, whose name I forget, who are allies of the Tokugawa, and a couple of Tokugawa cities in the south. But we just blitz into the middle of this valley and take over some of these cities. They're really going to be hosed. Eventually, we'd need to get all the way over to this area. I think Osaka Castle is the capital of Japan right now, but I'm not positive. I get confused as to which castle represents Kyoto, because it changes in different years. But I believe in order to actually win the game, we would take Osaka Castle, which, if you look at how much we already own, it's not like we're doubling our size or anything like that. We're quite capable of doing it. But we've pretty much knocked out the Tokugawa by the time we do that. Osaka, if the coalition is over and clans like the Mori and the Chosakabe turn on them and start attacking them from the other side, Osaka Castle could well be the last one to fall. Anyway, let's unfreeze time and continue the battle. And actually, you can stay up here as well. Everyone's just going to hang out up here and defend this castle. Oh, now they're turning around. I've gained the impregnable trait. I can just feel the power. I've gained the spear ball trait. I've gained the golden touch trait. Talented trait.
Your orders?
Oh, GG Mysteries now.
Here is last month's
Your
balance.
orders, Templar guy. We spent a lot more than we made.
Reporting in.
Quite a few people have gathered at Sunpu Palace. Quite a few people have gathered at Edo Castle. Bloody Handed's training has paid off. He's out there killing bandits and writing fan fiction, and it's powering him up big time. Daimyo Province is receiving supplies. Doesn't look like any officers have arrived, because I believe I would have gotten a message about that. So what's a city where I know I sent somebody? Oh, I think I sent somebody to Kururi Castle. Kamihato has arrived. Oh, what I could just do is check officers. Order. Expand, upgrade. Doesn't look like anybody's still transferring. It looks like everybody is in place. If I'm reading this right. So, like, for example, we definitely moved Uncle Baldo. And he's now at Motegi Castle. Okay, we're playing hot potato with Motegi Castle. But he's arrived. Yeah, I think everybody's in place. I think we can start our attack now. Well, maybe we should get that going. I'll do my expansion stuff first. Here's a cargoman, which means I kind of, even if it's not the greatest conscripts zone ever, I still want to build conscripts here. Build conscripts like they were an item. This is a fountain. I don't remember what the two different things, what you can build at each one, but it's better at crafts. Let's just build crafts. I'm sure there's something great you can do with it. Oh, I forgot. I'm supposed to the next title. So I'll need to get some more gold in my pockets before we continue on with that, but this is Sunpu Palace. We need a lot of troops out of here, so I'm going to go conscripts, even if it's not like the best at that. And they can do a large garden. Makes it popularity increases quickly. What the hell? Because we can build 2 levels of it, I'll build something I don't normally bother to build. Build a cathedral. Some of you guys will be supervising the construction as you march with troops, of course. There's a lot of stuff ready to be built here. You will be a cargoman. Everybody should have a cargoman. Just because it improves the nearby conscript district. So if there's one thing where it's like, it seems like the game really makes you work to get those up to the top level. So I try to improve them as best I can.
What are you wanting?
I'm about to launch a big march, and here I am really tempted to sell a bunch of food. It's most of the... Yeah, I'm going to have to sell a bunch of food.
What are you wanting?
That still leaves us with a lot of food.
Thanking you very much.
Wah, 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 wah. I'm working really hard to get this place. It'll never be able to support a foundry, but for some reason I really wanted to get stuff going up there. Look at the places that don't already have annexes. Oh, you can build a depot. I do not have the needed resource. Is this some deal where we're not collecting the resource we need? What would a depot do anyway? Increased harvest. Let's leave it as a tea retreat. Can't build a dual annex. Whatever. They've got an annex. That's the main thing. I got a place that actually does have a dual annex. You've almost got an annex. You're working on one now. And now you will be working on one now. They may never get enough for deluxe baths, which does what anyway? Illness is overcome more quickly. This does maximum popularity. This is probably better anyway. You guys just don't want annexes. Or rather, you already have annexes. This place has a gunner tower, which probably makes sense because it's on the front line, but... Seemed like I had a bunch of places that were not... that weren't ready for an annex, but I started upgrading the walls. Now it suddenly seems like every place already has an annex. What would a shipyard even do? Naval goes faster. Increases number of soldiers is probably good though. Oh, he should be going for earthen wall, not stone gate. Oh well. Just trying to use the labor. Bothers me when it doesn't get used. Oh yeah, I think I screwed all these up. I went for stone gate instead of earthen wall or whatever. I need to upgrade the walls, not the gates. So I think these were the ones I was looking at that didn't have... You could go for dual annex. No, stone wall. And then I could do one road improvement if I really wanted to spend all the monies in the world. And honestly, with all these guys marching through here... If we want them all coming through this way... I've improved the roads about as much as I can, but... Lady Tolpanzer. She'll do it a lot faster. And I'm not transferring her out of the district. So I think that actually made sense.
What are you wanting?
What are you wanting? Alright, now... That's a lot of our money spent to the point where we probably can't afford the title. Even though I sold a bunch of food, we probably still can't afford whatever title is next. I don't know how much this matters once we become Shogun, but... It was fun bribing the court for titles while it lasted. Now might be time to see... Can everybody just march? Do I have enough guns and horses? For everybody to head for Lida Castle. I might not have enough for the army sizes I've gathered here. It's annoying to do it one at a time like this, but honestly, it makes it far easier to actually coordinate it sometimes. Now, if I had a bunch of guys come here, they'd all be marching through here. But I could also, I probably need to have guys also gathering at Fukashi Castle. So all these guys up here will gather at Fukashi Castle. And even the little 2,000 troop forces are worth sending, I think. Until I realize I'm out of guns. And food. Vulture Beans setting out on our lonesome. That could be dangerous. But Shigezane is going to have a nice army. Backing him up. These places have already marched out for that big battle. Trying to defend the Maida. So this is it. This is everybody. This could be the last push. I have a feeling it's going to stall before we've completely finished them off. But this should be pretty significant here. I thought I'd sent a big deal general over here, but, well. Now, like, I think with, well, no, she's got troops. She's certainly going to have to wait, but I'm wondering now if, like, by some twist of fate, Bloody-Handed or Kariando will end up not marching and being, like, really pissed. In character, of course. Some of these units, maybe I shouldn't be sending. The other thing, of course, I could do is not necessarily send send troops out of all these other cities. Like, have these cities here maintain their current troop strengths and be able to march out later, although their troop strengths aren't that great, with a couple of big exceptions.
What are you wanting? What are you wanting?
14,000. Oosh.
Thanking you very much. What are you wanting?
4,000 horses would be
What are
good.
you wanting?
I'm certainly not going to be able to afford a title, but at least I'll find out what it costs. Probably want to send some units from the south all the way through here, though. So that we can be it's like a three-pronged attack. I'm using like it's Operation Barbarossa. That certainly was a success that I should be emulating, right? Army Group North, Army Group South, and Army Group Center. The Tokugawa are like a house made of rotten wood. One good kick and it'll all collapse. And we'll have the Lebensraum we've desired. Yeah, this is going to work out great. If I was smart, I'd be staggering this out differently. Having these guys start marching so the guys in the front don't get there too early. But honestly, there's not that much advantage to having all your troops there at the same time. Sometimes it doesn't really work out for you at all to do that. It just means that you end up having a bunch of troops that you can't actually use in battle. So what we've done is marched out of... We haven't marched out of Edo. We've marched out of all these little places, which doesn't include Edo. So I might have to sell more food and buy more guns and horses and march out of, like, Edo later. Because if I try to march out of Edo, yeah, I don't actually have enough guns to do that. So I might have to, like, wait. I think I'll give this a try. The idea being that as I save up guns and horses, I'll unleash the power of the cities that are closer. Meanwhile, the cities that are farthest away will be on the march. That kind of makes sense, right? Maybe? They're giving as much supply as the other province as we can spare. Giving us they're giving us a lot of gold and a tiny little bit of food. I don't know why the food is so terrible. These guys are giving us significantly better. But despite the fact that we had no action on that turn, I think we're going to call it here. And when we come back next time, this was the video where I unleashed the next big attack. We'll see it start to roll out in the next video. We'll see you then.